How do we start this?
Bro, dumb idiot like me wrote the notes on the phone, you know?
For real?
I don't need them anyway, bro. You know, I don't do notes anyway. All right, you ready? Welcome to another special episode of the Back Catalogue podcast. This is the podcast where we, and by we I mean me, Apo, and my co-host / co-founder Vincent, we dive into Disney Plus streaming service and we tell you, the listener and the viewer, what is worth it and what is not. But today, as I said, it's a special edition. As you can see, there's some things that are different. Look, I'm doing like telemarketer things here. Vincent's at home, he's doing telemarketer things.
You're about to upgrade my internet plan.
That's why I brought you here. No, but also it's not only special because we are at home, and we hope that, you know, one, that the quality is as good as we can make it for you people. But the other special thing is we've jumped right out of the Disney Plus streaming service because we were in there for a bit. We've done a whole bunch of Lokis in a row. And you know what I keep saying? We keep jumping back into Warner Brothers movies.
Do we? What other Warner Brothers movies do we do?
Like every other movie that hasn't been Disney has been Warner Brothers.
Has it actually?
Yeah.
Army of the Dead?
Army of the Dead, Warner Brothers.
Far out.
Actually, maybe it wasn't. Now that I think about it, maybe it wasn't.
Yeah. What was the other ones that we did?
We did Justice League. That's Warner Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
We did another Warner Brothers property.
Yeah,
Maybe
that
we've
one
only
there.
done... Oh, and Mortal Kombat. We did Mortal Kombat. You know what? Anyway, we're here. Hey, look. Vincent and I had a bad experience paying for something, you know, on that premiums. So we didn't pay for the new Space Jam, a new Legacy. We just went back and watched the old Space Jam for free on Netflix.
That's right. Yeah.
So that's sort of what we do here, you know? That's what we do here. But Vincent, should we get into this movie? Should we get into the fact that we've got some things to say and that I need to get up the IMDb's and whatnot on here because I forgot to get them? Can I do that for you?
Yeah, go do it.
Because I put them on my phone. So let me just, while I'm here, Vincent, now tell these people that you haven't actually seen this movie before. Is that correct?
That's correct. I've never seen this movie, Space Jam.
Space Jam, starring Michael Jordan, who
The
jammed
incomparable Michael Jordan and assorted other basketball players I'd never heard of.
And we'll get into those assorted other basketball players. You heard of Muggsy Bogues, though? You've heard of him?
No, I haven't.
Bro, this keeps giving me Space Jam and new Legacy stuff. I want the original, please.
What year was the original? 98?
1992.
92.
I believe. Oh, hell, man, this is some work from home business. No, it's 1996. 1996. What am I doing? I'm trying to find this. All right, here we go. Oh, bro, we got it here. We're on here. All right, Vincent, can you still see me?
I could still see you.
All right, so we're doing 1996's very own Space Jam. So it's got the 6.5 out of 10 on the IMDb. It's got the 44% on the Rotten Tomatoes. Now, let me tell you something that this had. I can't see the budgets here. Like, look, I'm running on fumes right now. I don't know what's going on, so I'm just going to give you the box office because this had a whopping $250.2 million box office, which I think is wild. But I also don't know what the budget is, so it could be like $1 more. Yeah,
MJ could have got 200 mil, a cool 200 mil for his efforts in this movie.
Dude, he could. I mean, he deserves it. He deserves it, and we'll get into that in a bit. But I'm going to give you a synopsis, and then I'm going to talk about.
My eyes, are you for real?
Bro, are you all right? Are you okay? Can we continue?
Oh, bro. I think
I'm going to give you a synopsis, and then I'm going to talk about the things that I want us to talk about.
Smart.
So after Michael Jordan's retirement, he's abducted by Bugs Bunny from the Looney Tunes group, and he's asked to play a match to defeat the Nerdlucks, a criminal alien group led by Mr. Swackhammer.
Bro, I have not heard either of those names. I don't think they were mentioned.
For a second, when it was saying stuff, I was like, "Nerdlucks, like, are we heading into dangerous territory?"
Is this new Legacy?
Because I don't know what Mr. Swackhammer is in either. Yeah. I'm assuming that's Danny DeVito's character.
Oh, that's Danny DeVito, the boss.
So can I hit you with some things that I want to talk about?
Yeah, go ahead.
So first of all, I want to talk about, is this the best sports movie of all time? Now, we've watched a couple of sports movies. I know that you have, because we've at least watched Mighty Ducks.
Dude, which this movie throws shade at Mighty Ducks, which is hilarious.
It does.
Which is hilarious. What does Bugs Bunny say?
He says, like, what sort of Mickey Mouse operation do you think we're running here? Is that what he says?
Yeah, when they're talking about the name of the team or something.
Because Daffy wants to call it the Ducks.
Yeah, and he goes, bro, what kind of Mickey Mouse operation when you call them ducks?
Dude, like when you're Warner Brothers, like you can throw that shade because you had that money, but now Disney, like you don't want to be throwing shade at them. I mean, we throw shade at them, but we've got no money to take.
Disney are strictly, children's movies a lot of the time, so they can't be throwing shade because that's bad image on them. But Looney Tunes, bro, they just smack a dude with a hammer just out of nowhere, so they can throw shade.
Yeah, it's literally the most violent like form of entertainment that we've ever watched.
Yeah.
But like, look. We'll talk about this, but I love the Looney Tunes.
Dude, Looney Tunes are classic.
They're OGs. They are OGs. So I want to talk about, is this the greatest sport movie of all time? I want to talk about who really is the worst actor in this movie. Because a lot of people say it's Michael Jordan, but I have other things to say.
You have other things to say. Look, to be honest, I thought he was fine. Because they gave him very minimal speaking.
Hey, don't answer all my questions now.
Lines. I'm answering them. What other questions you got, bro? I'll knock them off. This will be a 10-minute episode.
Hey, we got videos to do, and hey, you would have seen that video. You would have seen that video already.
And if you haven't, head to YouTube. If you're already there, bro, it should be there somewhere. YouTube the algorithm. Come on, help us out here.
Dude, help us out, man. Like, we didn't realize that monetization came at 1,000 subscribers, man. We just figured that out last week.
That's right. We thought we'd get Yumbo to 1K. That's we're in the money. We've got that Michael Jordan money, that Space Jam money, bro.
Dude,
look,
it was a bit
right now.
What do you got? Is it like a stale Yumbo or something back there?
Bro, you seen that? That's $0. That's $0.
You see moths coming out of that piece.
Yeah, 100% moths.
So. All right. I also want to talk about something that I keep forgetting and I keep coming back to, but there's a lot of cancellations in this movie, which we'll talk about, the people that have been cancelled in this movie. But
have there?
Has this got? Yeah. I'll get into that. Has this got one of the most top tier soundtracks of all time? Yeah. And then of course we'll review the movie as well.
Oh, we're not. Am I answering the questions now or no?
No, I don't want you to, because dude, I haven't got much other things to say. Like, it's all there. The people, they have it. Because it's on my phone. And I'm filming with it.
All right. You really didn't think about that, did you?
I didn't, bro. I was like, bro, how good is it that I have technology to write notes on my phone in an app called Notes, It tells you what it is. Also, I keep, like, the camera sees this productions that I got going on here. I've got foam that the microphone came in with my partner's hair tie tied around it to keep it in place.
Oh, but you got to do what you got to do. You just MacGyver that stuff, Dude, a reference that I don't actually get, but I'm sure he does, stuff with paper clips and whatnot.
Oh, dude, he'll throw a hair tie into something. He'll make the atom bomb. Einstein was like shaking in his grave.
He was shaking in his grave. He didn't turn in his grave. He was just shaking.
He was like, "Oh man, that's wild." So, Vincent, what was the first thing that I said? Because like I haven't got it on my phone.
Something about Michael Jordan, the worst actor.
Nah, so.
Or who is the worst actor in this piece?
Let's give a synopsis of what this movie is, because like I don't think that gave that good of a synopsis. Essentially, it's Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes. They play basketball against some monsters. That's the synopsis of this episode here.
Yeah, so, the stakes are that if the monsters win, which they're called the Monstars,
which is a dope name. That's a dope name.
Sure. And they say, we want to take the Looney Tunes as slaves for our boss, Danny DeVito, Mr. Swaxmaxer, whatever his name was, for their amusement park. They're going to be slaves. And they're just going to do, the same stand-up comedy routine every night. That's all they're doing. And
like, that's our dream, If we could do like, the same thing every night and it was just like us doing back catalogue boys things.
And we're just bringing out the hits and everyone's laughing because there's new people every night. Bro, I think that's my dad's dream. Because my man's just telling the same jokes to a different crowd of people. And most times it's, 80% the same people. But, you get like two heads that are different and they're laughing. And he's going, bro, I've completed this.
You're in a group of 10 people. You got 8 people who know it, 2 people who don't. That's laughs.
That's right.
That's laughs.
And because those 2 people are laughing, the other people go, oh, maybe it is funny, even though I've heard it 64 times.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm one of those people that laugh at all of his jokes. But I guess that, the people have noted, many people who I've spoken to about this podcast, they say, you just laugh at things that Vinny says and I don't really get it. And I'm like, I don't know either. I don't understand it either, but, it's good. It's good.
Some would say that you are the perfect podcast host or co-host / co-founder because it doesn't matter if I say things funny or not, you're just laughing.
If you say like Looney Tunes doing Looney Tunes things, I'm like, this is like Dave Chappelle level, Like, this is like... This is going to your comedy.
Get him on the Tonight Show.
Dude, I need to host the Tonight Show. I laugh so much that I need to host the Tonight Show.
That's right. And you don't even fake laugh.
No, I'm just laughing. I'm checking out the hairline. Like, it looks all right. Like, it's back, but it looks fine, It looks windswept, if you will. You know what I mean? No, I don't know if I gave myself enough room at the top.
Nah, you'd be right.
Anyway, so... Vincent, you're right. That's essentially the plot of this movie. It's just they got to do basketball things. They got to beat the Monstars, who take the skills and the talent of very famous basketball players such as Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Muggsy Bogues, and another 2 basketball players who I was not aware of. But like they're tall and they could do dunks.
That's right. And the reason the Looney Tunes, because the Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny is doing, he's doing Looney Tunes things. He's going, hey, but if you take us as slaves, you have to win us in a competition. Right? Dave Chappelle. Yeah. Dave Chappelle's actually at the door. Hold on. He's asking me for a new Netflix special. Bro, I need a Ghost Rider.
You're his Ghost Rider. Yeah. Dude, I keep looking out my window. If you see me keep looking out my window, it's because, like, even though we're in lockdown, like, people are still able to go out on walks, and I'm in my pajamas, Like previously, I was just wearing no pants, but now I've got pajama pants on. I mean, this isn't pajamas.
Yeah, that looks like just a flannelette shirt. You're all right with the back catalogue,
The top's business. The bottoms is casual. You know what I mean?
Well, that's how you work from home.
That's WHF. I mean, WFH business. All right, let's get into this, bro. This is going to be wild.
Your employer doesn't see that.
I think they do see this, which is wild. Yeah, they gave me my notice.
They gave you no just then. They just sent it through. No, so Bugs Bunny says you got to beat us in some sort of activity, and they choose basketball because they're tiny. But then they steal the talent. They steal the talent of all these players, Bugsy Malone, and then they get real big.
So, yeah, no. Look, I'm just going to get into it now because the movie starts off with Michael Jordan as it's a whole montage of Michael Jordan things, but it starts off with Michael Jordan as a youngster, and he's out there shooting hoops, right? And I Believe I Can Fly is playing, right? And you start a movie off like that, you're like, this is the humble beginnings of the great Michael Jordan, of who many argue is the GOAT. And I mean, if you watch The Last Dance on Netflix, which is a good double feature with this movie, you're going to be saying, man, this guy's the GOAT, but also he doesn't seem like a nice person to hang out with. You know what I mean? But then you remember, you're like, dude, like, I believe that I can fly. I believe that I'm his Royal Airness as well. But then you realize, like, R. Kelly made that song, and Robert cancelled. Robert being cancelled.
Robert being cancelled.
Dude, Robert, like, you've done so many horrible things. And you know what? I've done so many horrible things as well, Vincent. I've done so many horrible things as well, bro. You're going to be so mad at me right now. Bro, I forgot to click recording.
On what?
On my camera, man.
That's right. We're just going to get you.
Dude, I'm sad, bro. You're just going to get me. You're just going to get me like...
Yeah, that's what you do.
Just cut this face.
Yeah, that's what I do for the... Bro.
Bro, this is
Anyway.
work from home things, bro.
This is where...
Hey, I'm cancelling this episode. We're cancelled like Robert Kelly. We're cancelled. No, we're not. Damn it. I'm only 30 seconds in. We've been here for however many minutes, 15 minutes.
Bro, we've been here for 15 minutes already?
Bro, we've been
we
here
just
for
talk
15.
about Robert Kelly? Far
We
out.
just... Dude, I got coffee orders coming to the door, and I've got... Oh, thank you. I got coffee orders coming to the door, you know. They know I'm working hard in here. Hey, so, shambles. Absolute shambles, bro. Like the state of Robert Kelly's career, it's shambles, man.
Far out.
But not for good reason. I didn't mean to do this, you know? Anyway, what I was going to say is that you've got one of the greatest soundtracks of all time, but in my, you know, I'm a person that finds it difficult to tear someone away from their art. You know, people say, you know, you can separate them from their art. I'm saying if they're doing like, you know, if they're doing Robert Kelly things, I cannot do that. You know how there's that interview and he's like, they're trying to take my life away? It's like, bro, you've taken lives away.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
Yeah, no, I find that hard as well. Anyway, let's... What kind of operation you running over there?
And I got my cat trying to get out the... This is back catalogue, you know, from home. This is like you went to McDonald's and your mum was like, you were like to your mum, hey, can we get the back catalogue? And she's like, no, we got back catalogue at home. This is what
That's
that
right,
is.
and it's this. It's this. It's not pressing record for 15 minutes. Right. You know what I was almost going to do? I was almost going to record this Zoom. I should have done it.
Vincent, I'm sorry, man. You know, we're going to have to just continue. Is that all right?
We're just going to have to continue. Yeah, that's all right. Let's just do it. Let's just do it, bro.
This is like the time when we worked so hard to get this done. Vincent worked so hard. He was like, Appa, you got to make sure you got this. You got to make sure you got that. You got to make sure you got this. I was like, Vincent, man, I've got it all. Don't even worry about it. Like, I promise you, bro. Because he's the tech man here. You know? Anyway.
That's right. We're here. Anyway.
You might have to run this like Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes squad, like, because I'm upset.
Right.
Shout out Drake and Daffy. But also, I was going to say Pepe Le Pew. He's also cancelled these days.
Is he? Oh yeah, absolutely.
He'd be doing Pepe Le Pew things like you can't do that.
Yeah, he's doing no consent things. Come on,
he's just kissing people like, you know. He's not even a Greek man who kisses people. His mates at the cafeteria on the cheek. He's a man that goes up to women. He kisses them on the arm, all up and down.
Not at the cafeteria, right?
Cafeteria means consent in Greek. That's what it actually means. That's why all the men, they can kiss each other on the cheek when they go there without asking, you know? But outside of that space, you got to ask, bro. If you want to kiss someone on the cheek, man or woman, you got to be like, hey, can I kiss you, 2 times, maybe even 4 on the cheek, just to say hello, you know? Even in coronavirus times, they'll do it.
Which is not good, but,
No. How you
can't stop them.
How you meant to maintain a 1.5 meter distance if you're doing like, kisses on the cheek?
You can't. It's impossible.
So, Vincent, I can't remember. I'm sort of frazzled here. I can't remember what else we talked about.
That's right. We were talking about something about this movie that we just watched. Something about space.
Oh, yeah. You know what, man?
Strawberry jams. Maybe that mulberry jam you got me the other week.
Yeah, dude. We'll get into the mulberry jam in After Dark. But
all right. Anyway, so what are we doing?
So long as I film this for the YouTube videos, all I'm saying, I'm going to get that done for that. All right? Which has already been filmed. You've already seen it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about who the worst actor is in this movie.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to say. We should talk about that.
Yeah, because a lot of people say, Michael Jordan may have been the best basketball player of all time. He might have been an okay baseball player. I don't really know about his baseball career.
No, he was not that good. I looked it up.
Oh, you looked it up?
Yeah.
Was it similar to what he was experiencing at the start of this film?
Similar, yeah. I think so.
Yeah. People just loved him because he was like, hey, this is MJ. Like, what are we going to say? No?
Yeah, that's right. Bro, he's playing baseball. Yeah. Who's going to complain?
Nobody. Like if LeBron James became, a cricket player.
That's right. Well, it's like when Usain Bolt came and played in Australia for soccer. Bro, who cares? He was trash, but it's Usain Bolt.
Didn't he score one sweaty goal?
Pretty sure scored one, absolute sweat. But that's okay, bro. That's what he came here to do. He came here to run fast and score a sweaty goal. And he
You
did
put that man on a wing, he'll do wing things. You know what I mean? He'll
He
just run up and
absolutely
down. Like, I don't know how his endurance is, but his speed is up there. 99
Bro, you
pace.
imagine the defender on him at the start of the game. You go, bro, I physically can't catch him. If he starts running, I'm going to be left in the dust.
And his coach is like, you got to keep up with him, mate. He's like, you understand, this man is the fastest person in the world.
Ever.
Like, it's never been done before what he's done.
Bro.
But, you know, people say he's the worst actor in this movie. But, like, when you're acting against Looney Tunes, the majority of this movie, you know, he's acting against Newman from, you know, Seinfeld. He's doing that.
Yeah.
But, like, if you're acting against Newman, you've got one of the greatest actors there. You can't look good against Newman. You know what I mean? But when you're acting against green-screened Looney Tunes, I don't know, I didn't look at the behind the scenes, but I'm assuming that the green-screen Looney Tunes were not there. You know, there was no man dressed as Bugs Bunny.
No, I would assume that the ones where he was getting, you know, things were being touched and there was interactions, there was maybe some man's with the golf balls on the suit, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
One of them fellas. But the rest of them, he's just standing in a room by himself.
Saying the lines.
Yeah. All right, MJ, and start acting. And he's just doing these ones. Yeah, Bugs, I agree. Yeah, Daffy, no, absolutely. Boys, we've got to win this.
Oh, man.
That's what I imagine MJ doing. And he's gone off and his agent's there and he's going, you did really good at Michael. And he's going, bro, I don't know what I've done. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Because you know his agent is going to be saying, like, you've done well.
Yeah.
You have done well here. No, absolutely correct. That's hilarious. But I don't think that he's the worst actor. I think that it comes down to two people. I think that the worst actor in this movie comes down to, and I mean, Larry Bird didn't get much, so like he's, you know, I'll give him, you know.
That's a tall white guy that they were playing golf.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I thought so.
That's
the only Larry I know.
You got a man named Larry Bird. He's going to be a tall white man.
Oh, absolutely. Larry Bird, far out.
And like, you know, Larry Bird is one of the GOAT tier basketball players of all time. You know, it was funny when I was watching this movie with my partner. I was like, "Oh, see this guy here? He's one of like the greatest basketball players of all time." I see Patrick Ewing here. Oh, he's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. My partner's like, "How many greatest basketball players of all time can there be?" And I was like, "Oh my god, you're right. There's just too many." Like you put, you know, in 20 years' time, you look back, LeBron James would probably still be playing because he's spending $1 million on his health every year.
That's right, $1 million on his health and $1 million on his hairline every year.
Yeah, dude, that's why. When the subscriber money comes in from the YouTube, that's when you'll see.
You have a full head of hair.
And I would be doing all the podcasts like this.
Yeah, looking down. You'd be looking like George Costanza when he gets that toupee.
Dude, it looked good on him.
It did look good on him. He looked sharp.
Maybe that's
also,
the one for me.
Interesting how George Costanza, the only thing I remember of him is him being bald. I've never seen him with hair in real life.
Nah.
He's just perpetually bald to me.
I think he went bald at like 18.
Bro, that's so rough. But what a career he's had.
Oh, I mean, you know.
We're talking Seinfeld. That's all you need to know.
You go bald, you make a career.
That's what he did.
That's why we've seen exponential growth since my hair. Like I shaved
That's why
my head.
Yumbo hit 1K.
That was like the first video I did with like this hair, I reckon. No, it wasn't. It was probably Golden Gate time. But I digress. I reckon, and again, when it comes to child actors, it is about the people around them to make them a good actor, right? And also back in those days, people weren't, you know, working with children the way that they do now. Like nowadays, you got Stranger Things. You got people winning Emmys. You got Millie Bobby Brown doing King Kong things, right? King Kong versus Godzilla things. You've got top tier actors who are children, but that Michael Jordan's son, at the very end when Michael Jordan like comes back to the baseball game and his son's like,
the worst
up.
one was when the kids had to wrestle the dog for the shorts.
Oh yeah.
And then they were talking. Bugs Bunny was talking to him.
Yeah.
And he looked like there was a dude there with the scene going, all right, next line, and it was one by one. It was one word at a time.
Which is fair because, like, he's a kid. He's probably there's all these lights.
Were they actually Michael Jordan's kids?
I don't think so.
But they should have been, because then he would have an excuse,
But I could be wrong, I could be real wrong. But look, and again, that kid could have gone on to do bigger and greater things.
That's right.
I can't judge a man's whole life by this one moment in Space Jam in which he had a couple of lines in a couple of scenes. And again, he was interacting with people that weren't there. And you got to feel for that person. You got to feel for that person. But also that short scene is one of my favorite top tier scenes of all time. When they go in to look for his shorts, dude, the reason that it's my favorite scene is because the Space Jam video game on PlayStation 1 back in the day, you had to do little missions along the way to get to, before you played a game, you played a game of 7 series. I don't know what you did. You just played basketball games.
Yeah.
But before that, there was mini games. And one of them was to find Michael Jordan's gear. And you have to avoid the dog. Dude, I was I played that level probably 18 times in one day because I was like, this is, there's so much, entertainment here that I have to continue going back. And
that's good.
I can't remember any other levels. One of them was finding, Michael Jordan's special stuff or his secret stuff.
Yeah.
But that game, if we thought about it and we weren't in lockdown, we would play the game for YouTube. That's what we'd do.
Would we?
We'd go back to our gaming roots.
All right.
Should we do that?
No.
Okay.
No.
But hypothetically, we should have.
Hypothetically, yes. In hindsight, we should have, but we can't anymore. It's done.
So, Vincent, can you tell me the hits, man? What are your hits of this movie? Because we'll get into that because I've forgotten what else we want to say.
So one thing I want to talk about is how my man's Scallywagger, or whatever his man's name was, Danny DeVito, he called his theme park Moron Mountain.
Yeah, it's not a good name, is it?
So you go in there, you're already titular.
You paid the price for admission, bro. You're a
right.
moron.
I imagine that, you go in there with your dad and your dad just pushes you in. Oh, guess what, son? You look up at the sign.
You can't live that
Dad.
down.
That's right.
Dude, yeah. No, I'm glad that you brought that up because you and I, we've had some positive experiences at theme parks together.
Mm.
We've been to the Warner Brothers movie worlds of this world. We've been to the Looney Tunes.
We've been on the Looney Tunes rides.
There was no Looney Tunes ride that we went on at the time.
Oh, okay.
But we were there.
I remember being on one. I remember going on one Looney Tunes ride.
Not with me and you.
No,
us together.
just with me and other people.
You like your family.
Yeah.
But I wanted to speak about, because that just reminded me of one of my notes. I wanted to speak about our positive experiences with going to to theme parks together.
All right, speak.
And one thing I wanted to bring up just before I get into that. So this Moron Mountain, their goal is to get the Looney Tunes to their park. And then at the end, they want to get Michael Jordan to their park to also be a slave in that space so they can get tickets, right? Dude, I don't care how many times I go on the Scooby-Doo coaster. I will always pay admission to go back to that place.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
You're not.
You don't.
But it's not something you do every day. You do it every, even if you live there, you go there every month or so, once a month.
Yeah.
Bro, you're still having a great time.
You're still having a great time. And also, they're on a different planet. Why couldn't they just be like, you know what, we'll just use the likeness of Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. What are they going to do, sue us? They don't even know we exist at this point.
That's right. What do I need to get the rights from Warner Brothers? Bro, don't worry about it.
I will go to Warner Brothers Movie World. I could go there every single year. And if you told me, hey, I think they got rid of the Scooby-Doo coaster.
That's disrespect.
I reckon they might have got rid of it.
That was my favourite.
We'll have to go back to find out. Once this...
We'll have to, yeah.
Once everything's settled, in the next however many years, we'll go back and we'll do a video.
That's
right.
They'll
be like, no phones allowed. But we'll be having our phones on the roller coaster.
Far out, dude. They can't stop us.
Dude, if
they can.
Got more than...
They can kick us out, but metaphorically, they can't stop us.
But the thing is, if they kick us out, we've got the video.
Dude,
The video's already done.
Bro, it's,
We've done it, bro. You know,
We've done it.
I was working the camera. Remember, I was working the camera before. Wasn't even on. Wasn't even on.
oh yeah, you're unbelievable. All right, so what else? What else
You know what's
happened
going
in
to
this
be the
movie?
worst? If we have like a killer clip to put on Instagram, and it's from the first
It's
15
gonna be,
minutes
yeah.
of this episode, it's going to be.
Dude, it will be.
Oh my
man.
goodness. I want to talk real quick about like they don't know how to write, you know, female characters back in the 90s and the 80s.
They really don't know.
Like Lola Bunny, she starts off being like, I'm independent. I just came here to hoop and do nothing else. And then she's like doing like I'm in love with Bugs Bunny things.
Yeah, just because he pushed her out of the way.
Yeah. And she's smooching him and whatnot.
Come on, bro.
I just you have such a cool character who's like doing dunks. I can't do dunks. And she's 3'3". She's got
They even
literal
said
hops.
her height there.
You know, she's got
Yeah, that's
literal
right.
hops. They
I
did
love
say
when
her
they
height.
did. Yeah, I love when they did the Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny, 3'4", 4 foot if you count the ears.
Yeah, that was hilarious. The announcer at the game, the mouse, is hilarious. You know,
Yeah,
on some Bruce Buffer action. You know, he's just saying, "Let's get ready to rumble" and whatnot. Or at least
I
Bruce
don't know
Buffer's cousin. Or
I don't know who that is.
that's all right. We'll put it in the show notes. Did you do show notes anymore?
Yeah, occasionally
Yeah,
when we
yeah.
say things that actually require show notes.
Okay, all right. Let me give you the hot tip right here. If you want to come see a movie in which Bill Murray is Bill Murray, you just got to watch Space Jam. Because
Yeah,
he is
actually
Bill
Bill
Murray.
Murray is hilarious in this movie.
He's so funny.
He's so
He's so
funny
funny.
because he's hilarious, but he's just so serious. And that's honestly, that's my kind
He
of
also
comedy.
looks like he didn't have a script.
He probably didn't.
He probably just went in there and he's like, hey, you know, I just want to hang out with Michael Jordan and play golf. Him and Larry Bird, bro, we got Newman here as well. How good is this? They're playing golf, you know, smoking cigars. Like I'll get into that in a bit, but Bill Murray, I mean, he's a national treasure at this point.
Oh, he absolutely is.
I mean, of the Americas, of course, we don't have Bill Murray over here. I guess our version of Bill Murray is like Alf Stewart, whatever that guy was from Home and Away, you know? Is that his name?
I think so.
You know, he's just himself no matter where he goes.
Yeah.
He's always Alf Stewart.
Sure.
Is that his name?
I don't know. There were definitely memes for them, like videos that were him just swearing and stuff. But I think someone had dubbed him,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was
calling
yeah.
people galahs and whatnot, you know? Which, like, you know, if you come to Australia and you call someone a galah, it's on site there. Like, you're going to
It's
have
on
to throw
site.
hands there. You can't call someone a galah and think you're going to get out of it scot-free, you know? But one of the funniest parts of this movie, have you watched The Last Dance?
No.
So The Last Dance is, you know, Michael Jordan talking about just how he got to, you know, how he became so great and how he got all those rings. And also it talks about, you know, the Chicago Bulls as a whole. But one of the things it talks about is how harsh Michael Jordan was to his teammates at times. Like when they were losing or in practice, like he didn't give them any, you know, room to breathe. He was always on their bottoms being like, you got to work harder. You got to do this. You got to do that. And then there's this movie. If as a child you just see this movie, you're like, Michael Jordan is the nicest man on earth.
Yeah, that's right. He's the greatest guy. He's given them, you know, tips. He's giving them. He's rallying up the troops.
He's saying, you've got this in you, guys. I believe in you. Whereas in real life, he'd just be swearing at him, being like, dude, I'm going to get you. I'm Michael Jordan. You think I can't do things here? I'm going to get
That's
you
right. I
traded.
can slap you
I'm
with
gonna
a
get
cross
traded."
from across the room, mate. Look how long my arms are. I'll slap
And
you all the
also-
way to Connecticut. They probably don't even have a basketball team.
Dude, I reckon they do.
Yeah?
I reckon they do. Because like everyone's got to have a basketball team. Because what else you got to look forward to?
I don't know.
When basketball's all you got, what do you got to look forward to?
Football?
That's right. So you either got to have a football team or a basketball team.
That's right.
Or like maybe baseball, but that
Maybe
sport doesn't
baseball.
seem like it'd be that fun. That seems like it goes for too long. I'd enjoy the hot dog eating of that sport. You know, they got hot dogs there. And like, you know that they're going to be like those primo like sawdust mixed with pigeon meat hot dogs. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's what I want. But I want to go to America and I just want to have one of them dudes with the trays, and he's got popcorn, he's got pretzels, he's got hot dogs, he's got, I don't know, some other, he's just got 6 litre things of Coke.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, just give me one of everything. And he's going to pass it through, and he's going to pass it through 6 people, and then I end up getting about, you know, a quarter of a hot dog and 1 sip of Coke, because everything else is just gone everywhere, because, you know, the baseball's been thrown into the crowd and someone's dived to get it, and all my food's just gone everywhere. That's what I want to happen.
Well, like, there's that scene in one of the reasons I love this movie is because they just do stuff like, they just make it extra. Like when Patrick Ewing takes a free throw and he throws the basketball into the crowd, and there's Popcorn Man, and he just gets hit by the basketball. He just flips back, throws all the popcorn everywhere. But hey, I agree with you. When we go to America one day for a YouTube video, you know, we'll be doing like, hey, we're at Taco Bell. Do you want anything?
And then we'll go straight back home.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. But we're going to eat a lot of things. We're going to come back home looking like Pound from the Monstars. You know, the big orange man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And we're going to have to do, the back catalogue's going to become like the fitness catalogue.
Yeah, that's right. We'll just do fitness videos all the time.
This is me running down the street 3 or 4 times just to burn some calories, you know? That pretzel was massive. Hey, we're burning calories. Do you want anything? We've solved it. We've solved it. Vincent, is this the best sport movie of all time?
I think Mighty Ducks is better.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
You know what I really liked about this? The interaction between real people and the Looney Tunes was really good. And I thought the interactions in the real world, you know, they're going underneath floorboards and whatnot, and I can see that. It looks real. But it also, I don't know, I just loved that. Yeah. Because the animation, I thought the animation was really good.
Well, yeah, I think that, one, this made me remember how much I really like the Looney Tunes. And how much I want to go back and watch just like Looney Tunes things. Like
I just want to watch Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. That's the best one.
Dude.
You know?
That's exactly what I was that's what I was thinking.
My man's got an anvil, right? He's on the
He's on the string.
The string. He goes down to the bottom of the valley. He drops the anvil, bro, he's gone. Or you know, he's on the rocket and the rocket shoots off and he stays there. Bro, come on.
But the thing is, when he's gone, he's there for a second, realizing like, okay,
yeah, that's
this
right.
is my fate. My fate has
been
been
messed
sealed.
up, Aaron. He's doing those ones.
Yeah, dude, he's doing Key and Peele thing. So, yeah, no, I agree. I think that is what makes this movie so good. Look, we're in 2021 now, so I'm looking forward to see what Space Jam: A New Legacy looks like. But that movie just looks like it's got too many colours in there at once. Have you seen the trailers for that?
Bro, you got red, blue, and green? Far out. What kind of high budget operation are you running there?
But again, I do love LeBron James, and he was hilarious in Trainwreck, if anyone's ever watched that movie. And he's just hilarious in real life, you know?
He seems like a bit of a better person.
He seems like a nice man, doesn't he?
He seems like a relatively nice man. Yeah, also shout out Giannis, bro, and Tenta Computer Science. Dude, he's winners, bro. Far out. In 6 as well.
In 6,
Didn't even go to Game 7.
Yeah, he didn't need to. He said, you know what? I could do it for the fans, but I'm going to do it for, you know, the city of Milwaukee.
That's pretty wild.
Like, as a fan of neither of those teams, I'm a Los Angeles Clippers fan. I'm sad every year. As a fan of neither of those teams, I wanted to see it go to Game 7 because that's extra entertainment.
That's right.
But then Giannis was like, let me just put up 51 points. That's a lot of points.
I still can't believe my man's knee went the opposite way.
I know, huh?
And he was back, you know, less than a week later.
Man's is our age as well.
Far out. He's too big to be our age.
He's achieved too much to be our age.
He stole someone's talent. He went around stealing talent from everyone in the NBA. That's how he's so big.
He's doing he was in Athens, Greece. He was in Athens, Greece, and he was just stealing talent. You know? He was just stealing talent. But shout out Giannis, that's Greek pride. Me and Vincent, Greek pride. So we love Giannis here.
Don't disrespect me like that.
So Vincent, I also want to talk about, because when I was thinking if I should ask whether or not this is the best sports movie or not, I was thinking, will Vincent know many sports movies, or will this be an opportunity for Vincent to be like, I don't know many sports movies? But then it got me thinking, you 100% would have watched Goal, the soccer movie Goal.
Remember, I feel like I might have watched that.
It was like, one man's like gets, put into the Premier League, and he's like, hey, I'm a soccer player, but what about paparazzi, Yeah. Like, oh my God, Goal 1 and 2 and the third one. Like, there's like 16 Goal movies.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing one of them. I don't remember the movie at all. The only other sports movies I've watched, maybe... We talking esports or just strictly...
Dude, esports is fine if that's a movie. Like, if there's an esports movie. Like, what, Ninja doing movies these days?
Well, not really, but I watched about 300 episodes of a Minecraft Let's Play, so...
That's a movie, man.
That's the best movie I've ever seen, then.
You were like with your partner, you were just watching like 300 episodes of Let's Play, and you're like, babe, this is a movie. When people love something, they're like, oh, this is cinema. Dude, this is exactly how Martin
get Stephen on the phone. All right, tell him this is the content that we need to be provided with.
Hey, Vincent, guess what, man?
What?
I think this is the time where we got to tell them. Unless you got any other hits. I do have a couple more hits. One is just Daffy Duck. He's a hit. He hits it out of the park every time.
Yeah, he's kind of funny. One thing I did really like about this movie, it was just a good kind of children's movie.
Mm.
It was good. It was short. It was an hour 20. That's perfect. That's perfect timing for a film like this. It's lighthearted. It's not particularly good, but you see the Looney Tunes. They're down in the dumps and then they win. Yeah.
You see,
some guy gets his pants ripped off.
Oh.
He's embarrassed.
That's hilarious.
What else do you want?
That's our humour.
Yeah.
And no fart jokes, which is great. You have a children's movie where you don't put a fart joke in there. That's top tier.
I feel like there was.
Maybe. But, I couldn't remember it. So that's a pretty top tier thing to, do a whole children's movie. And, the writers were like, bro, we got to, we got kids here. We got to do a fart joke once or twice, they want to see the bubbles. They're in a spa. They see the bubbles come up. Like, they're going to laugh. Because that's the best thing that a kid can think of. Burping and fun. And that's respect to them, because that's hilarious as well,
I did like Newman in this one. I don't know what his actual name is. Christopher
Stan.
Or something.
I just remember it was Stan. Oh,
yeah,
wait, his real name?
His real name.
His name is Wayne.
Wayne, that's right.
Yeah,
Wayne Knight.
Wayne Knight. That's it.
Bro, what? That's a top tier name.
Yeah, dude.
That's close to Ches Starbuck,
I mean, you have a name like Wayne Knight, you know that you're going to be famous at some capacity.
That's right. You got people staring into your pajamas.
I got people coming, like, walking past the windows, we're all working from home here. Like, what are you going to do? Everyone's home.
Yeah, but I did like Stan, Wayne Knight, in this film. I thought it was hilarious when he was in the golf and he's going, Michael, you can come out now. Because he gets sucked into the golf tee, the golf hole. But that was hilarious. He's just digging up. What are you doing? I'm just fixing a divot. All right.
The guy's like, he's fixing a divot. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But my favourite scenes in this movie is all the NBA players trying to figure out how they're going to get better. And they're going to all the different things. And the only person is like the medium or like, the clairvoyant who actually says everything that happened. They're like, all right, we're leaving. That's right. Like, I see the Looney Tunes. I see aliens. They're hilarious. I think that they're the best part of this movie. We got people don't understand. We got productions going on here.
Far out. Red means recording, bro.
I know. I should have put the recording light on.
Yeah.
When you see 00000 at the top, I should have known that was not recording.
I can't believe. Goodness me.
But here's the thing, right? The best is when they're in like the shrink's office and he's asking them like, hey, maybe basketball is related to other things in your personal life.
Yeah. Have you underperformed anywhere else?
you bring an adult into that situation. They're watching Looney Tunes. Then they're seeing that joke. They're like, Dave Chappelle's knocking at the door. He's saying, "Hey,
Dave Chappelle's knocking at the door.
Let me get my ghostwriter out. This is what I want."
Oh man!
But should we tell them where they can find? No. Well, should we tell them whether or not this movie is worth whatever Netflix is worth? Based on how many screens you use.
I mean, I don't think it's particularly worth it, but it's a good movie.
Yeah.
The thing is,
I think it's
now that I've spent $34.99 on Black Widow, my definition of worth it has been transformed. Let's say.
No, I understand that, and
but it's a good movie.
Why I didn't.
It's an enjoyable movie. You watch it with your kids. If you like Michael Jordan, I mean, it probably doesn't matter that much now because kids ain't watching Michael Jordan because they don't know who he is. That's why you need Space Jam, New Legacy.
That's why you need the LeBron Jameses of the world.
Honestly, all they needed to do was create the exact same movie and just put LeBron instead of...
How good would that have been? I don't know what they're doing. They're doing like, you're going into movies now. Like Iron Giants here.
Yeah, no, they just need to do what's it called. They just need to make the same movie with just different characters. Still stick Bill Murray in there because Bill Murray's, timeless.
If you're telling me that Bill Murray's not in Space Jam: A New Legacy, I'm gonna start writing letters to directors.
He was hilarious at the end where he goes, "Bill, maybe you should play a game or something." No, I'm quitting on top. I'm retiring. That's it. My man's just ran for about 35 seconds and he's sweating. He's dead. He's dying.
There was like 10 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude came in like a timeout, and he's run for 10 seconds. That's hilarious.
But also, Bill, how did you get here? Oh, I know the producers. Yeah, come on. Oh, that's Hollywood humor.
Dude,
we know that because we're in that we're in that field of the entertainment industry.
We produce as well. We do it all. We know how to press record. But I just want to say one more thing before we leave. The Toon Squad jerseys they're elite level.
Absolutely.
Like, that's something that I see people wearing, and I'm like, you know what? I understand that you're doing this, because you have the nostalgia. But anyway, I don't care, who you are. But if you're wearing that, you're wearing some good stuff. You're wearing some.
It's
cool
a good
threads.
jersey. It's a good jersey. Joyzy.
So Vincent, tell them where they can find us, and I'll just, you can just cut me out of this last bit. Just use the still frame from the first 15 minutes of this episode. Because
where are you going to go?
I'm like, whoever the, LVP is, the least valuable player of this movie is, I'm that person.
All right. So you're Michael Jordan's kid.
First 15. I'm Michael Jordan's kid. Tell him where they can find us.
Even the dog did better than him.
Bro, that's how I feel like right now. I feel like I'm the dog, bro.
Anyway, you can find us on YouTube. If you're watching it on YouTube, click other videos, click subscribe, click like, click share with your friends if you want to annoy them with mediocre content.
Bro.
We're on Patreon. We do stuff on Patreon, just better content in general, I think. What else do we do? We've got Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. Yeah, I said YouTube videos.
Okay.
Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or a 1-star review and just roast us, bro. Anything. We'll take anything. We haven't checked the Apple Podcasts in a while.
I check it. It's just the same. So also, there's a couple of things. This is what I want to tell you. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, 1, it gets our videos out there, but 2, we're going to get some funding. And also, more importantly than the money,
subscribe to us so we can get money. You're not very good at this.
No. But I'm being honest with the people. What am I going to say? Subscribe because it makes me feel happy. Oh, the joy in my heart, bro. I need money. I need money. No, but also, if you subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts and give us 5-star ratings, if we get 200 of those 5-star ratings, we can become official reviewers on Rotten Tomatoes. And is that not wild? So if everyone who's watching this on YouTube, we should also say this at the next episode at the top. Everyone that's watching this on YouTube, if you have Apple Podcasts, go subscribe. If you listen to this, subscribe, hit that 5-star, get us to Rotten Tomatoes so we can be amongst all those other reviewers.
And we can just say, verified reviewer, bro, this movie is dumb. That's it. That's the whole review.
Dude, people will love it, man. I mean,
that's right.
The real reviewers won't because they'll see our faces. There'll be men with suits and shirts on and stuff. We'll just be like,
we'll have Brad Eberts in the room. What's his name?
Brad Ebert is a football player, but yeah, I know the Menzies you're talking about. I can't remember his name.
From the OG back catalogue. What was his name?
I can't remember the man's name. Like Stan Ebert or something? Roger Ebert.
Roger Ebert. Dude, Roger Ebert.
Hey, shout out R.I.P. Roger. You know,
R.I.P.
you
Roger.
made this podcast what it is today.
All right.
Anyway.
Farewell.
Farewell.